An investigation has been launched into the supply of baby formula milk. This is after data revealed that prices have soared by 25% in the past 2 years. Britain's competition watchdog, the Competition and Markets Authority, is reviewing the sector over the historically high costs. And joining me to discuss this now is Dr Zubaida Haque, Deputy Director of the Women's Budget Group. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, going up by a quarter in just 2 years, astronomical amount of money. And what can be done about this, if anything?
Well, it's absolutely extraordinary, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's way, way, way above inflation. And what we have to consider, we have to think about it in the context of what new parents and ordinary parents and everybody is going through, which is that we've got high prices of energy, high prices of food, high prices of rent, mortgage, everything coming at us. Prices are soaring. And even though inflation is coming down, we have to remember that doesn't mean prices are coming down. It just means that prices are rising more slowly. So here we have new parents struggling with all these costs. And the thing about baby formula is you can't substitute it for nothing. I mean, you have to have baby formula. Parents are forced to choose baby formula if they can't, mothers, if they can't breastfeed or if they choose not to breastfeed for whatever reason, they have to have baby formula. And at the moment, we've just got two multi-billion-pound companies who have cornered the market, who have increased the prices by 25%. And it's just unaffordable. I mean, we've heard horrible stories, Vanessa.
And is there any potential for the women of the world to unite, to put pressure on these multi-billionaire conglomerates to say, you know, you are a monopoly effectively. You've only got two choices. It's not like there are small artisan companies all over the world making small, beautiful amounts of baby formula. That's not a thing. It would be too expensive for them to even dream of going into that kind of business because of the exacting requirements in terms of contents, you know, sterilization and all the other stuff. So these companies have carte blanche. You have an organization. Can it be Women of the World unite to say we're just not paying these prices?
If only that were true, we'd be in a completely different place with gender equality, wouldn't we? But unfortunately, I don't think it's about women having the power. I think this is an issue for government. I mean, we have to remember the government brought in a cap on energy prices when energy prices were skyrocketing and we couldn't afford it, and we knew that households on lower incomes would really struggle, let alone everyone else. We knew that would be a problem. The government brought in a cap on energy prices. Why can't we do the same? Why can't we do the same for milk formula, which is an essential item? And we know it's an essential item because it's exempt from VAT. And the reason it's exempt from VAT is because it is an essential good. It's an essential good that babies can't do without, that mothers of new babies can't do without, that families can't do without. And yet, we've left it to the markets to decide what the prices are. And that's wholly inadequate. It's wholly inadequate. It's right that the Consumer and Markets Authority are stepping in. But this is the problem, Vanessa. They can step in and they can make those companies be more transparent about why their prices are soaring and skyrocketing, but they can't change those prices. So this is where the government need to step in. It's not about consumers doing something, because the consumers are actually stuck. They're stuck. They've just got two companies that have cornered the market.
And does the government show any willingness to step up? Is the government listening to what you're saying and realizing that it's women who are being exploited in this way, and that, you know, that nobody has any choice in the matter? It's effectively a joint monopoly. Is the government willing to discuss this, willing to consider pitching in?
Well, I think we'll have to see. I mean, Women's Budget Group, which I'm the Deputy Director of the Women's Budget Group. I mean, we've been trying to get the Chancellor to think much more about the impact of the economic policies on women. We'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks. But the issue here is they need to put pressure on these companies to be more transparent about why the high prices, to have a price cap on milk formula. That needs to be a wider discussion about why there isn't a price cap on an essential item that cannot be substituted. And this isn't just about babies being fussy eaters. This is about an essential item that babies need, milk formula. And I think there are also other issues here as well, Vanessa, which is around how new mothers, and especially mothers on lower incomes, mothers on statutory maternity pay, which only works out to be less than £5 an hour. Maternity Action just came out with a survey on this week, showing that mums on statutory maternity pay are really struggling. That needs to be increased to national minimum wage. So there are broader conversations to be had, but in relation to milk formula, it is wholly inappropriate how it's skyrocketed. It's wholly inappropriate that it's left to the market to decide how much that costs, and the government needs to step in and put a price cap on it.
Doctor, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We will watch this particular space with interest.